the only thing we can do is elevate consciousness. You know, the problem with humanity is they don't perceive themselves as global citizens. They don't perceive themselves as this is my home, this is my planet, this is where I live. They're all separatists, focused on greed and lack. And they have no consideration beyond the present economy. You know, because they have this idea that everything will be fine. And from that place of lack and ignorance, there is so much corruption and so much destruction. And the only way to alleviate that is to elevate consciousness. You know, we've seen what's happened in many countries, and now it's happening in the Americas because it's totally exploited and corrupted. So how do we change this? How do we heal the plague, which is humanity? Because the only problem on the planet is humanity. Because we live in lack. So we have to teach people to love themselves. We have to teach people about abundance. We have to teach people about unity. We have to teach people about sustainable development. But the principal sustainable development is humans loving themselves. Because once you love yourself, everything becomes important. The oceans are important, the dolphins are important, the children starving are important, the rivers are important. Everything becomes important. So we have to create conscious humans. And this is how it's going to change. And this is why this system is vital. Because it's vital in the educative system, teaching children something new. You know, I come from a very evolved country, but they still have the same things. We have all the education, all the little rubbish bins, no one drops rubbish, like we all get fined. Everyone drives 15 meters behind everyone. We're all focused on, you know, what goes into the environment, blah, 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 blah. But we also do atrocious things with education for money because of the fear and lack. Okay? Everywhere. So it's not just fundamental education. Because I have all that education. I was born with that. Most of my country was. But all the corruption still exists. All the damage is still happening. It's just covered. So I think this is the only thing we can do, is elevate consciousness. So that for everyone, you know, all those little animals in the forest are important. All the oxygen that they're producing in the forest is important. It's not that we're separate. That's a big part of the lungs of the world. And everyone has to take responsibility. Do I think it's apocalyptic? No. I think it will fix itself. But we have to start doing something. You know, nature can regenerate, but it can't just constantly. It's like the body. If you just keep polluting and polluting and polluting and polluting, at some point, it stops functioning. It's like a car with old oil, no? It can't keep regenerating. And we see this in countries like India, like the most beautiful rivers in the world are destroyed. Destroyed. And people are living in absolute poverty, in filth, because there's too many people and no environmental protection. And it's starting to happen everywhere. And yet there's other countries that don't have that. So it's about consciousness. Yeah, and obviously we have to be agents of change, no? We have to be. And you know, even in India, they're doing things now. They're trying to fix it. But it's beyond all of that. It's more about us as individuals. What's important?